Para entender el mundo espiritual, hay que entender las dimensiones. What are dimensions? If you don't have an idea of what a dimension is, there are many tutorials online, even on YouTube, where you can see what dimensions are. I'm going to, as always, try to explain as simple as possible. The first dimension would be nothing. Nothing up, down, to the sides, or as depth, nothing. That would be like a dot, where there is nothing around, below or up. The first dimension, that would be dimension 0. The first dimension would be living on that dot, and it would look like a line, like a straight line. A being living on dimension 1 would only see a dot, where there is nothing surrounding it. The second dimension, we would have length, and we will have width. So a cartoon, like say The Simpsons, they would be two-dimensional because they have length and width. And for The Simpsons, what they would see is in one dimension. They would only see lines. Like if we put a cartoon on the floor and we step beside them, they would not see our shoe. They would only see a line where we are stepping, because they only see in one dimension. We as humans are third dimensional beings. Our whole universe is third dimensional because it has length, width, and depth. So we are third dimensional beings. However, we see everything in 2 dimensions. And this is why our screens are 2-dimensional. You're seeing this in 2 dimensions, width and length. So in order to see the third dimension as it is, we have to be in the 4th or 5th dimensions. And how do you explain this? Well, 4th dimension would be time. The easiest way to explain time would be to see the third dimension surrounded like a bubble, like in this illustration, like a bubble where the bubble itself is the 4th dimension or time, and it keeps every moment of the 3rd dimension in check. Below the 4th dimension, and we're talking the 5th dimension, there is no time. The Mayans call the 4th dimension the Maya, or the illusion, because in the spirit world, time is an illusion. And that is why our spirit is eternal, because it's timeless. Our spirit belongs in the 5th dimension. That's where the human spirit is gravitating, to the 5th dimension. And our process of evolution is to break the Maya, which is the 4th dimension, and time, when we die, and go to the 5th dimension. From the 5th dimension, we can see the 3rd dimension as it is. So, in order to understand this, if we see this painting here, this is how the Maya looks when you are in a spiritual ceremony of where you're trying to break the Maya. In this case, in my own experience with mushrooms, before breaking the Maya, you can see it pretty much like you see in this picture. It looks like a semi-transparent web, huge web, that embodies everything in this 3rd dimension before you break to the 4th dimension and go to the 5th dimension. You know you are in the 5th dimension when you lose the sense of time, and past, present, and future are at the same moment. And besides, all the emotions that you feel on the 5th dimension would be the upper emotions. Love and joy and communion. Communion meaning you are everything. And basically, you realize that you are God when you're in the 5th dimension. And you understand that. And that's the spirit world and dimensions explained in simple terms.